I'm Kathryn Cook, Executive Director, and this is part 3 of Hostess Coaching. So we've already covered how to start your Hostess Coaching and using an open date sheet, and also doing invitations for your hostess or not, or at least doing the text messages and the Facebook events. Now let's talk a little bit about how do you keep track of it all. That's something that's actually really common, a question I get all the time. People say, well, how do I keep track of that? I don't even know. How do I keep track of what has been done, what has not been done, what text I've sent, what I still need to send. And it's all about having a system in place. You can designate one day of the week that is your hostess coaching day. You can do hostess coaching on every Tuesday, and you know that that's the day you're going to mail invitations, you're going to schedule phone call invitations, you're going to do Facebook events, you're going to send texts to your hostesses. You can do it like that, or if you have parties more regularly than that, you can say, okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, those are my hostess coaching days. And those are the days that you're going to go through and coach all of your upcoming hostesses. So again, that you're staying in touch with them, they're still excited, and of course, you've got a way higher chance that that party is going to hold on that original date. So come up with either a system like that each week, or, again, you've got other options where there are electronic hostess coaching apps. Actually, there's, I think it's actually called Hostess Coaching. It's an app for your phone that you input when the party is, and you set it all up, and basically it gives you a reminder when it's time for you to send text number 2 to your hostess or that kind of thing. Or if you don't want to use a separate app, use your calendar on your phone or on your computer or whatever you do. Have a reminder set to, hey, I need to send text number 3 to Maggie, my hostess, in 2 weeks. So have electronic reminders if that works for you. Or if you make a daily or weekly to-do list, put those things on your to-do list, because again, hostess coaching is one of the things that is so important in your business. Like I said, there are very few things that are more important than hostess coaching. So if you're going to skimp on something in a week because you're running short on time, hostess coaching is not what you want to skimp on. So whether you set yourself up electronic reminders in your phone or in your calendar, or you use written reminders on a to-do list, or if you just schedule regularly where every Monday, Wednesday, Friday is hostess coaching, or every Tuesday is hostess coaching. Just get into a habit and get yourself a system. Now, if you're sending the text for your hostesses, you're setting up the Facebook events, if you're doing the mailed or the phone call invitations, it can be kind of difficult to keep track of, okay, what have I done so far? What do I still need to do? So I use a system actually in my written calendar. It's basically a bunch of initials and with steps that I've done. So there's this document here. But I've got kind of a general idea of how my calendar looks for you. It's kind of hard for you to see. But generally, I've got the day and time of the party. Okay, so this is in my actual planner. But I've got the hostess's name, her phone number, the address of where the party is going to be held, what time it's going to be. Something that's really important is, of course, you want to make a note if you need to add a different time to the invitation. For instance, if you're going to tell the guests 6:30 and then you're actually going to arrive at 7, because, they tend to run late or they just want cocktail hour or whatever. I make a note of that right there in my calendar. I make a note if my hostess texts or not. I put a little T next to her phone number if she texts, which nowadays almost all of them do. Up here, I have a little series of initials that tell me what steps I have completed and what steps I still need to. So for me, for instance, I have little initials up here for hostess packet, the guest list has been received, invitations have been sent, reminders have been sent, the Facebook event has been set up, I've posted Facebook reminders, or at least a final reminder, I've sent them the save the date text, I've sent them text number 1, text number 2, text number 3, and I've mailed them a handwritten thank you card. So I keep track of all of that right there in the same block on my calendar where I've put their party. So I can easily open up my planner and know, okay, so, I have not sent Jane Doe her hostess packet yet. I need to do that. And so then I do it, and then I make a little check mark on it. So I know that that one's done. Or, today is Tuesday. It's 2 weeks out from the party. I need to send Jane Doe text number 1 to send out to her friends. So I send it to her, boom, check mark it off. And then I, again, know that it's done. So again, that's a system that I use, but all my information's right in one place. I don't have to wait for electronic reminders to tell me to send out text number 2 to Jane Doe. I'm in the habit where at least 3 to 4 days a week, I look at my calendar, I look at all the parties that are on my calendar, and then I go through and look at the little initials, my little system, and see who needs the Facebook event set up still, who do I need to send invitations for, who am I still waiting on a guest list from, etc. So again, no matter what system works for you, the most important thing is that you just have a system in place. Because especially for those of you who have full-time jobs or you're a stay-at-home mom or where just time is like super crunched for you, you've got to schedule time for hostess coaching in there. Like I said, it's just one of those things. It's so, so important. And if you are finding yourself having a lot of reschedules or cancellations, like those can't always be prevented by great hostess coaching, but I would say like 98 out of 100 can be prevented with great hostess coaching. So again, the keys are you want to keep your hostess excited. You want to make it as easy on her as possible, but you want it to be simple for you too. So try and get some systems in place that make it super easy for you, again, where you're working smarter, not harder. And of course, be consistent with your hostess coaching. You do not, again, want to be that consultant that the hostess doesn't know your name or your phone number. So make sure that you're staying in touch. And again, the last thing I mentioned there actually on my little system is doing that handwritten thank you card. In that handwritten thank you card, I actually include a business card magnet. Statistics have shown, I think, that people tend to keep magnets on their fridge for like 7 years. So my hostesses, my past hostesses, they know how to get back in touch with me too. Although also we're generally Facebook friends and they're in my phone and that kind of thing too. So again, just make sure that you've got systems in place that work for you and that you're getting the results that you want. And if you're not getting the results that you want, implement some or all of the things that I've talked about in this video, or ask your upline what they do. But again, that's just the most important thing, is that you have a system, you stick to it, or you change it if it's not working for you, and that you have some kind of system to track, to keep yourself on track so you know what you need to send to who and when. So there you go. Kathryn Cook, Executive Director on Hostess Coaching. Thanks, guys.